What's up, guys? It's your boy Big J.
This is your boy Chris.
This is the KIP podcast.
And we are the biggest podcast in the world, correct?
Biggest podcast ever. Over 600 subscribers. We're coming at you today with new equipment.
Yes.
How's your week, brother?
Busy, stressful.
Busy, stressful. Why was it stressful?
As an entrepreneur, sometimes you go through some financial troubles.
Help me!
I'm transparent, my entrepreneurs out there, y'all know how it is.
Yeah, trying to keep everything balanced.
Trying to keep the cash flow flowing.
I think that's the struggle for most entrepreneurs is keeping the cash flow going. Keeping the cash flow. Come on! I'm gonna get it out. Keeping the cash flow flowing.
Yeah.
So, as far as cash flow flowing, like, are you trying to always have? Because I know you have different terminology, and you're an accountant by trade, right?
I studied accounting in college.
Yeah. So you know these terms like, like accounts payable and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You're always trying to make sure you have a surplus of money.
Yes. So you want to make sure the bills is paid. You want to make sure they paid on time. And you want to make sure you got some money left over in case there's an emergency.
Yeah.
Because one thing that my operations manager taught me in my old job, he said, sometimes having just enough money is bad too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything going smooth for about 3 to 6 months, all the bills get paid on time, and boom, a machine breakdown.
Yeah.
You need $10,000 and you ain't got it.
Help me!
So having just enough money is bad as well.
Yeah.
So you need to have money put up for taxes. You got to have money put up for emergencies, maintenance. Things happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if something happened, hurricane come through, you need your workers, but you can't, You know what I'm saying? Business still need to move, so you might have to pay them a little overtime, or you got to have good cash flow. You got to have it flowing through the business always. Like, you need to keep it moving.
Yeah. I was going to say, I actually, something that got me is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I know a lot of people have read that book. But when I first read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you had this guy who went from poverty to, he started like this wallet company, and then he made like over $1 million. And I was like, you made it, baby. We made $1 million. But it went out of business because it couldn't handle the demand. I was like, oh, you don't even think about stuff like
That's
that.
a bar.
He couldn't handle the demand, so he had to shut the business down. So sometimes we be in a rush to get to, that landmark, whatever it is. But when you get there, can you really handle the demand? Are you competent enough to put those systems in place to handle the demand? So yeah, man, I feel you, bro.
That's a bar too, because you don't think about the capacity. Like, so I got vending machines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so something can happen, the machine go down, I got to spend $1,000 to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing a number out there.
Yeah.
And then, I might have a machine over here that's doing better than it normally does. It's summertime. I normally spend $500 on the inventory, but they moving. So now I need $1,000.
Yeah.
Because, I'm going to make money, I'm investing, but I still got to have the money to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So you can grow so big sometimes you can outgrow yourself where you don't have enough money to put up to even get the inventory to sell to make the money back.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it really comes down to, number one, I've learned, don't grow too fast.
Yeah.
And you really have to plan out your cash flow. You really, take it step by step. Like, every time you get paid, you need to be putting in the different buckets. Mm-hmm. I'm putting a percentage in maintenance. I'm putting a percentage in taxes, insurance, and you got to have good credit too.
You better have good credit.
Especially starting off as an entrepreneur, something happened, you got a $5,000 emergency, you don't have $5,000.
But if you got good credit, you can go get it.
You can go get it. Mm-hmm. But make sure you pay it back quickly.
Okay.
So it's a lot that goes into being an entrepreneur. And, I've been doing this business for over 10 years, but I went from 10 machines to like 86 machines. So it's pretty much like I'm starting over.
Yeah.
It's 10 machine problems is way different than 86 machine problems. You know what I'm saying? Because you might be behind on your routes and at the same time behind on your bills, and you got service calls that a compressor that went out and it costs $500 to fix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These is real issues, Yeah. And in the future, we're gonna have some. I know you've been getting on me. We're gonna have some footage and some learning stuff for y'all who want to get in the vending machine business. Anyway,
I mean, that's my whole thing.
I'm going through it now. I'm going through it now, so y'all don't have to. So what I learned, I'm gonna give y'all the knowledge.
Well, what did it say? Ho went through it, so you don't have to go through it. But yeah, man, those are very real problems, man. I appreciate you being transparent about it.
For sure.
Because like I said, that's something to think about. You think when you get to that place called there, whatever your number is, it could be, 80 vending machines. It could be, I want this car, or, I want to get $1 million. You get $1 million, guys, you still got to pay taxes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some people, like football players, what they do is they'll sign the deal, and I know I've heard these stories where they done spent the money before they pay their taxes.
Stay in the club.
Well, that is crazy.
Stay in the club, throwing money in the air.
And now you owe like $200,000-$300,000 in taxes,
bro.
I mean, that's depressing.
You have to find a good accountant, and then you got to find the accountant to watch this accountant to make sure they ain't robbing you and telling you the truth and being transparent with you. It's when entrepreneurship, it's a great thing, right? Everybody wants to lead a 9-to-5, and I want this freedom, and you can get there, but you really got to take it slow. You really got to have a plan, and you really got to understand, like, you're going to work at the beginning, you're going to work harder than you're doing at your 9-to-5.
And I know seeing you work 7 days a week.
And sometimes you ain't getting paid.
Okay.
Starting out, most of the times you're not getting paid. You just try to make sure the business is taking care of itself. That's your number one goal, getting started. So it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of patience. But yeah, man, definitely understand that entrepreneurship is not a game. I know folks be on Instagram shining with their diamonds, and you know what I'm saying? I don't want no 9-to-5 fool.
Yeah, right.
But
shoot, when that money run out, baby.
So it really takes focus, patience, discipline, and the accounting and cash flow is the biggest thing in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody tell you. Your cash flow and your credit got to be right. You got to have money put away, and you got to continuously be investing. You want to get to a point where, let's say you got houses making money, but some of that profit you make, you might put it in the stock market just to diversify your portfolio. You know what I'm saying? So it's a long-term game, but like I said, it's a great thing, but understand it does not come easy.
And I was gonna say, while we're on that subject, before we jump into the next thing, like when you expanded from 10 to how many ever machines, what are a couple of things that you had to, what are a couple of things or systems that you knew that you had to kind of put in place immediately because you were scaling?
Coming off of 10 machines and going into 86, I knew that I needed to have a schedule. So I needed routes, right? So I might have machines in 5 different cities, right? So I'm gonna say, okay, this week we're gonna hit this city, next week we're gonna hit that city, or Monday we're gonna, so having a schedule is very important.
Yeah.
Knowing how many drinks I can fit inside of the van at one time. And that's going to equal to how many machines I can do on one day.
Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff I kind of learned as I went, but also regular maintenance on the machines.
Yeah.
You got to clean your bill acceptors, you got to clean out your filter so your coolant don't go bad, or your cooling unit don't go bad, and also learning how to fix the machines yourself so you don't have to kick out that money for maintenance.
Yeah, that gets expensive, right?
That gets very expensive. So some of those skills, the basic skills of fixing your machines, I knew, but a lot of stuff, it's a lot of problems I ran into that I never seen before.
Yeah.
Like
that chain breaking?
Yeah. Damn chain.
You sent me a picture of that. I was like, bro, what is that?
I ain't no change. I ain't no machine with change.
Okay.
So, like I said, that's part of entrepreneurship. Like, you go into it thinking you're prepared, but it's like having a kid, right? You can never be prepared to have a kid. I don't care what nobody tell you.
Okay. You can read a book all you want to, but until you fly a plane,
bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's the unexpected stuff, just like a kid. You don't know when they gonna get sick. You don't know when the teacher gonna call home. You don't know when they gonna get to a fight, when they gonna have a girlfriend. It's the unexpected stuff, but you just prepare it as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
So
I like that, man.
Yeah.
That was good, bro.
listen, see through the dark like Stevie Wonder.